It's been an exciting start to the city meet. We saw the win in that first relay going to the Daniel Island Flying Fish, the second medley relay, the 9-10 medley relay to the Park Shore Piranhas. I'm David Reeder with Tara Boone. We're going to get into individual events, beginning with freestyle, the girls 7-8 25 freestyle. There will be 5 heats of this event. In lane 3, that's Jillian Rawling from the Somerville Y. In lane 4 is Jillian Rawling. Lane 5 is Kaylin Hodges from Crowfield, and also from Crowfield in lane 6 is Adeline Bailey. Freestyle, technically, you can swim any stroke you want, but almost everyone does this, the front crawl. We just call it freestyle.
And with these individual events, each team may enter 2 swimmers. On the relay events, each team is allowed 1 relay entry.
Looks like the win there going to Kaylin Hodges in lane 5. Times, when we're with you tomorrow, we'll be able to tell you the times pretty quick because all the swimmers will hit the pad. Unofficial time there is 25:12, but it might have been faster. These swimmers might have missed the pad. We'll find out when the full results are released.
So we should have less disqualifications in this event. And freestyle, or the front crawl, as David mentioned, you can really do whatever you want. The 2 limits are you cannot touch the lane line or hang on the lane line or touch the bottom of the pool, which I think our depth here is 7 feet. So yeah. I don't think we have a worry with that.
It'd be pretty difficult for a 7/8 touch to push off the bottom. So let's hope that that does not happen.
Once we get to our older swimmers, more underwater swimming or underwater kicking will come into play. With these little guys, the most important thing is trying to hit the water in a streamlined position, so arms above the head. Heat 2 here, lane 1, Rory White at Long Point.
Lane 2 is Mary Stewart Navarrete from Fort Johnson. 3 is Habiba Abed from Cane Bay. 5 and 4 is Kira Barden from Chathamos. In 6 is Livy Gaskins from Hobcost. 7 is Kenley Payne from Chamelon. 8 is Taylor Knowles from Fort Johnson. And in 9 is Vivian Harton from Long Point. And the win there to Kira Barton at 21:42 from Chathamos, we think. May have had some issues there on the
oh, looking at this replay, I love this capture with that entry, the dive entry. That was great.
There are some 6-year-olds swimming. Anyone 8 or younger can swim, so there's some 6-year-olds. And Kira Barden will see her older sister Sophia tomorrow for the Chathamos Sharks. Heat 3, in lane 2 is Blakely White from Legend Oaks. 3 is Millie Acker from Chamelon. 4 is Stella Sapko from Long Point. 5 is Channing Strawn from Hobcock. 8 is Sailor Gillis from Cane Bay. 7 is Adley Gibbs from Ashboro. 8 is Emmy Jones from Chathamos. 9 is Lily Moore from the Country Club. And looking good down here in lane number 3, that's Millie Acker coming in at 19:34. That's quick. Blakely White is the official second place swimmer at 20.97, but the scoreboard times aren't all coming in. It looked like there was a swimmer towards the top that was quicker. We're already under 19. That's pretty fast for Heat 3, a drop of 2 seconds. And remember, in these 7/8s, a winner can come from anywhere. We had a winner last year from not the fastest heat, so wouldn't surprise me if that happens again.
I mentioned earlier with the 9-10 relay, the Park Shore Piranhas won that mixed medley event by 6 seconds, which is huge in swimming. So this event is less than, tenths, milliseconds for the win.
Hundredths of a second. As we get set for Heat 4, in lane 2 is Annie Traxler from Northbridge. 3 is Zoe Heinen from Ashboro. 4 is Reagan McManus from North Charleston. 5 is Amara Swain from Northbridge. 6 is Avery Schrader from North Charleston. 7 is Addison Fairburn from Snee Farm. 8 is Dahlia Torres from Park Shore, and a 9 is Mackenzie Mullen from the Country Club. 1 length of the pool freestyle.
And this is Heat 4 of 5.
Heat 4 of 5, and this is super tight all the way across the pool here. Maybe there in lane 6 is Avery Schrader, slightly ahead of the field. Coming into the wall here, it's Avery Schrader at 16.86. Second there was Amara Swain from Northbridge in 17.54. And third was Annie Traxler third was Fairbairn in 17.62.
That Avery Schrader with North Charleston dropping 2 seconds, 16.86. That could be in contention for what I call a podium spot.
Top
first,
three,
second,
for sure.
or 3.
Absolutely. We had a 17. Trying to keep track of these times. Avery Schrader comes from a swimming family. Did you know her mom?
Yeah, Monica Schlote and I swam together. She was a really talented breaststroker. Also has big sister Peyton, who I think we'll see swim tomorrow in the 15-18 age group.
She'll swim tomorrow. She'll swim backstroke tomorrow.
If you'll notice on your screen from home, the women and men in the blue shirts are volunteers. They are officials. They are the ones that will call the disqualifications. And all of them complete a course and lots of studying to make sure they have the technique and the strokes down and what they're looking for to call a disqualification.
Final heat, lane 2 is Shay Brandon from Sneak Farm. 3 is Lucy Kate Seaver from Newington. 4, Sailor Hood from James Island. 5 is Kara Pomerantz from Park Shore. 6 is Addie Harridge from Daniel Island. 7 is Emery Wallace from James Island. 8 is Mookie Zeike from Newington. And in 9 is Tessa Del Pino from Daniel Island. And the win, I believe that was Kara Pomerantz from Park Shore getting the win there, but no time is official on the board. Second was Addie Hamridge from Daniel Island, and third was Sailor Hood. I believe those are your top swimmers in that event.
Looking at the replay here, swimmer from Park Shore, Kara Pomerantz. I'm pretty sure she was on that relay as well, looking very strong on her swim.
That is, it says she finished 8th. She did not finish 8th. That's the issue with the 7/8s, is you sometimes just don't know when they hit the pad or not. So we believe the win for Kara Pomerantz from Park Shore. I don't know what the meet record is. Meet record's 15:42. We have no idea what her time was, but she could have broken that. So we'll have to check on that later. As we get set for the boys 7/8 freestyle. This is heat 1 of 5. In lane 4 is Miles Roberts from the Somerville Y. 5 is Isaac Mikhalsko from Fort Johnson. And in 6 is Isaac Silly from North Charleston.
Girls, 9, 10,
There'll be official results posted on swimccaa.com and at swimccaa on Twitter. As Mikhalsko wins in 20.86. He drops 5 seconds almost for the Fort Johnson Dolphins. And you'll see results flashing up there. They're still showing medley relay results.
So that's on the right side of that black screen. It will show past events and scoring. David and I were certain that there was a call on the James Island team for that 9-7-8 mixed medley, but you know what? We're not the officials, so that's what they say.
I believe they were disqualified.
Oh, okay.
I believe I heard from the officials that they were disqualified. No, those results that you'll see there aren't official. Until they've been officially published, that's not official. We're going to...
If you are timing in a lane,
so
could be a break right now because of some timing issues.
Plungers, we need you to push.
So we're hearing an announcement. We have 2 timers behind each lane in addition to the technology here, and that helps as the backup timing. I know I often tell my younger swimmers that they cannot rely on those volunteer timers or the plungers.
Here we go.
You got to hit the pad. Sometimes we joke, I'm sure you do this too, David, is you want to hit the wall so hard that you're trying to move the wall. And there that is in lane 5, swimmer taking heat 1. That's Isaac Mikulsko from Fort Johnson. And he had a big time drop. Is that right, David? Yes, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
This is huge.
Absolutely. As we get set for heat 2, in lane 2, that's Patrick Mahoney from Legend Oaks. 3 is Tice Button from Fort Johnson. 4 is Henry Ellis from James Island. 5 is Oscar Lapine from Crowfield. 6 is Jack Metz from Newington. Also from Newington. And 7 is Graham Pritchett. 8 is Bennett Gagne from Chamelon, and in 9 is Jacob Miserby from the Somerville Y. And in lane number 3, getting the win there was Tice Bunton. Time's unofficial at the moment. Tice Bunton 20:09, Henry Ellis, or 20:01, Henry Ellis in 4:20:09. So no one under 20 in the first 2 heats, but huge 2-second plus time drops there. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on time, see how this event shakes itself out.
Is that a Fort Johnson swimmer again there on the instant replay, it looks like, but like David said, the pad wasn't hit all the way. We'll have to check out official times in a bit.
And it is showing Kara Pomerantz, by the way, from the last event at 14:27. That is a new meet record by a second.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
That's huge. That's absolutely enormous. As we get set for the 3rd heat, they're making their way out onto the bulkhead of the 7/8 boys freestyle. In lane 2 will be Braddock Zimmer. He is from Chamelon. 3 is Hunter Rauchi from Ashboro. 4 is Hayes O'Hara from James Island. 5 is Braxton Newland from the Country Club. 6 is Bentley Messerby from Shadow Moss. 7, Zachary Forrester from Long Point. 8 is Kinston Zerbst from Crowfield. And in 9, that's Grant Lovelace from Ashboro. And it's a tight one here in this heat, and the win goes to Hayes O'Hara from James Island. Times unofficial once again. Braxton Newland was 2nd. No, we have it as Newland at 18:57, and then a tie for 2nd in that heat. So no one under 19 in this first heat, but we see Yeah, that was definitely Hayes O'Hara there
Final
with the win in that
girls,
heat.
9-10, 50-yard
So we'll have to wait for
Please
official
report
times on
to the
that.
course. Second call, boys, 9-10 freestyle.
Be much easier tomorrow with the older ones.
Yes.
Even with the 9-10s, when they know how to hit that pad, that makes a huge difference. This will be two heats to go. Again, these will be your fastest seeded swimmers in heats 4, and then in heat 5 will be your 8 fastest seeded swimmers. In lane 2 is Will Boinio from Park Shore. 3 is Cole Sanders from Park Shore. 4 is Jackson Domico from Snee Farm. 5 is Preston Hall from Legend Oaks. 6 is Finn Gaston from Daniel Island. 7 is Henry Schreiner from Snee Farm. 8 is George Klingeman from Long Point. And in 9, that's Jace Heineman from Hobcaw. And we'll get some times here because these times could be in position to move way up. If anyone goes to 17 here, very good chance to score in this final heat.
Snee
From
Farm.
Snee Farm, that's Henry Schreiner.
Yeah, lane 6, Snee Farm swimmer looking great.
17.20, that's going to move up for Henry Schreiner from Snee Farm. Second was Preston Hall from Legend Oaks. He went a time of 17.29 and 17.62 there for Jackson Domico, also from Snee Farm. Those times very much in position to make some noise in this final heat.
So that Snee Farm swimmer, Henry Schreiner, replay coming into the wall. He did hit that touch pad. He did a great job.
You want to get into that wall, lunge on your side, really hit that wall hard. Final heat coming up here of the 25 freestyle. 2 is AJ Hanshauer from Daniel Island. 3 is Quinn Darby from the Country Club. 4 is Kaysen Denmark from Northridge. 5 is Jackson Ball from Cane Bay. 6, Mac Blake from Shadowmoss. 7 is Grady Norton from Hobcaw. 8, Nicholas Evans from Northbridge. And a 9, Pablo Garcia Duran from North Charleston. And this is a tight field all the way across from Cane Bay. That's Jackson Ball in the middle of the pool there. Tight to the wall. It's going to be Jackson Ball at 15.80. The top 5, maybe 6 times from that heat. As Ball gets the win there in 15.80. Second place goes to Mac Blake from Shadowmoss, 16.11.
Third place was Pablo, lane 9 with the North Charleston team.
From North Charleston with a 2.5 drop for Pablo Garcia Duran.
We're going to give the clerk of course some time to get our 9-10 girls down
And
here.
that is how
Parents,
the first
we really need your
event
cooperation.
finishes out. And we're going to go take a quick break, come back in a second. Win for Jackson Ball, the first ever CCAA win for the Cane Bay YMCA.
Awesome.
In that
Yeah,
event.
he looked great. He had a commanding lead. He dove in and commanding lead. And no, only a 16 or 15 second race, but he was ahead the whole time.
Parents, you may not come
We'll be right
behind the
back.
box.